Welcome to week 2 of Down the Walk podcast, baby.
Pound it! Pound it!
Man,
What's up, y'all?
what a week 1. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Fun football, some good football, a little bit bad football, but football is always fun, especially when it just starts. I was really excited. It was great. I mean, we started off good, or at least, first game, second game, Chargers, shout out the Chargers. Yeah, I'm just happy it's back, man. We are in full swing. Be grateful.
It was great that we got to start with a bunch of games, too. I mean, we had a Thursday game, a Friday game. If you guys are into college football, you had football Saturday. And then we jumped right back into it Sunday, and then had another game on Monday. I mean, we had football multiple days in a row, and that's a beautiful thing.
We're now a day away again for week 2. We got Thursday matchup, the Skins versus the Packers, so that'll be fun. And I think there's a doubleheader Monday. I didn't know that till I was looking at their pick'ems.
Yep.
I kind of hate that, but it is what it is.
And shout out to Kevin Obler, Jesse Ekstrom. You guys are commenting here.
Actually, yeah, let's just keep calling him that. Shout out Kevin Obler, a.k.a. the Cobbler, and then Jesse
Kevin
Ekstrom.
Obler. I'm just reading it, man.
You're doing a good
job. But hey, the Obs here, he's got 2 comments in, so he's in the front running for the jersey here.
I felt like that was a little bit of a cheating thing, but maybe we should just consider that one.
Spam it up.
You're right. Oh, shout out! I thought Rob. You know Rob. You went to high school with Rob. His last name's like Kanatowski, I think, or something.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. It's some Eastern European bullshit, Look at us being reverse racism.
Yeah, it's fine. There was a lot of Asian hate in the past. So.
Yeah, we're just we're getting what's due, but yeah, we had a great week 1. I think we should just jump into it, man. Kind of do a quick recap, or go from there.
Yeah, hell yeah. I guess we'll start with the Thursday game, right? You'll pull up the scores, or I don't know. Are we even talking about the score? Pull up the scores? Was that the plan?
Well, let's do the results, man.
Yeah. You're right. Our picks. What am I saying? And yeah, shout out the Cowboys. First off, I will say they looked all right.
They looked better than I thought they were going to look.
Yeah, against an elite defense. Obviously, I mean, not to get too deep into all the games, but man, to start the game off, there was injury on the kick return, and then Jalen Carter just suddenly spits on Dak. Obviously,
he
was
kind of on him.
Yeah,
Dak was like, "I was just spitting, man." I'm just like, dude, you were smirking, and then you walked up to him. Come on, dude.
I mean, that's football. At the end of the day, look what happened. Dak got him out the game, and then he got fined. They'll count that as the suspension. But that was a big hit. Obviously, Philly wins still, but. Yeah, Dallas was running the ball well. Javonte looked like a good, true RB1 for them, so that's exciting. Yeah, but Philly still prevailed. Saquon's still a beast, and they got a lot of talent out there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wasn't a surprise that Philly was going to take the dub. Yeah, it was just a great way to start the season, to be honest with you. It was very promising, and Dallas didn't look as bad as I thought they were going to look. So
yeah,
but ultimately,
CD's got to catch some of those, but he still looked amazing even without that. If you look at his stats, he was getting targeted a lot, which isn't surprising. But I would love to move on already. This is one of the games we want to elaborate on.
Well, yeah. Why don't you jump into that one, because that's the one that you care about.
Yeah, we both got it right. Shout out you for picking the Chargers too. Technically our home game, which is fucking bullshit. For one, I think if you do an interdivisional out-of-country game, it should be almost like, hey, whoever wins this game gets the home game next. That'll make it fun, right? Isn't that a good idea, kind of? But anyways, the Chargers looked great. We threw the ball probably 10 more pass attempts than I even would have guessed. A lot of play-action ball. Marion did what he had to do. Some big conversions. Great on pass protection. Quentin Johnston, unsung hero, man. He was getting open, and he was actually catching the ball.
He got 2 tutties.
Yeah, and his first big gain was a little play action, basically just an underhand toss him the ball. Just get him the ball and let him make moves. But yeah, he was getting open, deep down the field, and Herbert looked close to perfect. Not to be biased, he looked close to perfect. He was finally running the ball. And our defense did what we had to do against a Chiefs with an abysmal receiving core. Took Worthy out immediately. But yeah,
they weren't looking too good catching the ball. But maybe that's a credit to the Chargers' defense once again this year. But you guys look good. Justin Herbert, if I recall, I think he outthrew Patrick Mahomes. to all the Herbert haters out there, the boy still got it in the tank.
Yeah, it's a big game against a great defense. It's undeniably great defense that blitz all the time. So for Herbert to play so efficiently and smart and confidently like that makes me so fucking happy. Way to start 1-0 Chargers. Let's fucking go. So
There
that's
you go, bolt
really
up.
about that. Bolts up.
All right, and this is, I think, your first incorrect pick here. You had Atlanta winning. Tampa ultimately got it in the end. It was a good game, though. Very good game. Michael Penix looked decent. But Baker, he was slinging that ball, man. He's
Yeah,
got,
even
3
without
tutties on the
Godwin,
day.
Emeka Egbuka stood out. He stepped up, made the game-winning touchdown. Also scored another touchdown early in the game. But yeah, Penix looked good. Bijan looked good. So it was a great matchup. It was a great game. It went down to a missed field goal to go into overtime. So that was a bummer. Shout out Young Ho Koo. I hated him on the Chargers. I was happy we had a Korean kicker, and then he fucking lost 3 games in a row. Very similar to how he lost this game.
That's crazy because, for the last couple of years down in Atlanta, those were automatic almost for him. So very, very surprised to see him miss there at the end of the game. But, you can't miss those, and ultimately Tampa walked away. Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Good Lord. The defense for Cincinnati that we talked so much shit about and we gave so much praise to the Cincinnati offense, the roles were reversed in this game. I don't think that offense did anything at all. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Cleveland's defense is a good defense statistically and on paper. They're just a team overall, obviously, with a lackluster offense. But yeah, you're right. Cincinnati couldn't do anything. It was like 17,
40 yards
16.
rushing. They had 100 yards passing.
Yeah, it was bad.
But
they won.
They did win. So shout out Bengals defense this year, I suppose. That was I guess.
We'll see what they do against a good offense. But yeah, here we go.
Danny Dimes, baby. Danny Dimes. First quarterback in the last, half century, maybe century, to score on every possession. He was looking good out there. He was comfortable, had some good touch passes. Shout out Michael Pittman. He had a sweet snag. Alec Pierce grabbed that one right out the air. And shout out Tyler Warren, man. Good first round pick.
Yeah, he was getting targeted. I think he had 9 targets. He looked great early on. Daniel Jones did what he had to do. And then, the Dolphins looked potentially like the worst team in the league.
I was going to say we can probably not bring that part up. Let's just celebrate our win. But the Dolphins are abysmal. And I don't know. I want to see Danny Dimes do it again. They're calling him Indiana Jones now. It's pretty sweet. So let's see what he does next week. I think we have him against Jacksonville. It'll be a decent test since we've been losing division games left and right. But I was very pleased with everything that the offense did. The defense did great. Cam Bynum with that weird ass or this interception. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but it was fun to watch. So, but shout out Indy, man. We haven't won a home opener in 11 years, so this is
wow.
It was a good Sunday. Yeah,
that's probably the RCA Dome almost. Probably not. I'm actually getting old, I guess. But yeah, that's crazy. 11 years is crazy. Shout out the Colts.
But yeah, let's go Colts. All right, and then you have Carolina at Jacksonville. I didn't say T-Law looked amazing, but he looked okay. I think it was more of a Carolina team that's not quite clicking. Shout out Travis Etienne though. He had a pretty good game.
I'd say so. He proved a lot of doubters wrong. Obviously you got to keep going hard into the season, but he was very productive to the point where they even traded away Tank Bigsby the other day or yesterday or 2 days ago to the Eagles. So that's kind of like a solidified statement saying that, hey, we're going to stay with our young guys as backups and have Etienne as our real workhorse, and he looked good last week. So yeah.
All right, here was my first incorrect pick. Las Vegas at New England. Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, man. That's you called it. I think Geno threw for 350, 370 yards, something like that. He was just productive out there. Looked real good. Curious to see how that keeps going and how that relationship evolves. But it was, I guess, nice to see Vegas not being absolute garbage for one game.
Yeah, culture change is a big thing, and I think that's what the Raiders are unfortunately getting into is a positive culture change. But yeah, Geno is a great downfield vertical thrower. Like he's not afraid to throw it. Obviously, he threw a few like into double coverage. I think one was even picked off, or maybe yeah, I think it was one pick. But regardless, you got a quarterback who's worked with Carroll, and then you got Genty and Bowers. Bowers got tweaked. I think he tweaked a knee, but he was early on target, which is not surprising. So the Raiders got something going. That's just is what it is.
Yep, absolutely. And I guess the next one we both got right. I don't think it's a big surprise. I mean, Arizona, not a powerhouse team by any means, but New Orleans is still, down there in the bottom few. I mean, they might be the worst in the AFC. Or, I'm sorry, the NFC.
Yeah.
So,
I'd
yeah.
say so. I mean, Spencer Rattler, he's not terrible as far as talent, like arm talent. Kamara still looked kind of fresh, and they're trying to rotate in like Kendry Miller, who's been trying to play for like 3 years. He always gets hurt. And then they got that Devin Neal dude who's a backup. It seems like they got a good rotation with Kamara as the head back. But yeah, worst team in the NFC still, I'd say so.
Yep. All right, in the next game, we had Pittsburgh at
Great game.
New York Jets. Amazing game. Aaron Rodgers, I think after his post-game interview, he was basically saying he just wanted to piss off everyone in the Jets organization and prove that he's still got a lot in the tank. And, I mean, he threw for, a couple 100 yards, 4 tutties, though. Took a few sacks.
Stayed healthy.
But Justin Fields, I'll give him, he didn't look like complete doo-doo.
Yeah, not at all. He had a great game. And the Jets, I heard someone say, I think it was like Rich Eisen showed, he's like, when's the last time the Jets have had a talented offense like this? Like, no, not to discredit what they tried to build last year, but you had a banged-up Aaron Rodgers who everyone doubted. Now you got a young, dual-threat quarterback who played good this week against a great defense. And then Breece Hall looked great. Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields got that past-college combo together. So, like, they're going to be a great quarterback-receiver tandem, in my opinion, for potentially years. We'll see.
Yeah.
Early.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was early. It was a great game, though. I was very, very happy to see that. Shout out Aaron Rodgers, man. I've always, he's a fucking weird dude, but I root for him,
Yeah, man. He's a beast.
All right. And then we have the hometown game. Not a shocker here. Commanders, 21-6.
Yeah, I mean,
New York's still New York.
New York is, with Russell Wilson. I get it. You got to play him if you don't think Dart's the guy. I mean, you play Wilson over Jameis. I respect it. But, yeah, he couldn't do anything. The Giants even got down to the red zone, I think, in the first half. It was 3rd and goal. They get a automatic first down at, like, the 1, and they still couldn't convert, which is, like, gross. But that's more. I think that's more credit to Washington. Yeah, so Jaden Daniels still looks solid. You got to put up more than 21 points against better teams. They lost some points at half. I think he, like, threw it away, and it was like the clock ran down. There was, like, a runoff because of it. For intentional grounding, that hurt, but it didn't matter. 21-6 or something like that. Shout out the Skins.
Shout out Skins. But I will say, the New York defense, the defensive line has some real potential. They were getting up there. Washington just, they gave him enough time to let him do his thing. JD5 let him do his thing. But there is real potential in that Giants D line. Between Carter and Thibodeau, I mean, everyone just it was fun to watch, but ultimately the Skins got it.
Yeah, I say start Dart. Right. That's all I'll say.
I want to see one of the eat a W.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I just feel like with Dayball's situation, like he's a great coach in my opinion. He won Coach of the Year a few years ago with your boy Danny. But yeah, it's like it's now or never. If it wasn't last year, it's now or never now.
Well, it's also a bad look that that the players that you guys were calling mediocre up in New York or were showing a lot of hate towards. As soon as they leave, they start showing success. So that's not a great look. Moving on, we had Tennessee at Denver. Yeah. We both had Denver, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is Denver really win. I mean, like, Bo Nix, he had a couple of picks. I think he fumbled the ball. He didn't do a whole lot. I think this is more of a Tennessee offense not being able to do anything. I mean, they scored, 4 field goals, so they couldn't get in the end zone. So is that Denver defense being elite? Is it Cam Ward still trying to figure things out? Do they not have enough weapons? I don't know. But, you know, Tennessee's defense did okay. Their special teams led them to the late second quarter field goal. I think that was the last time they scored. So it's kind of pointing to the offense right now.
Yeah, I agree 100%. This is probably out of all the games last week, this was the biggest, like, oh, they lost more than they won type thing. I mean, shout out Denver's defense. They're no question a talented roster, talented DBs. But yeah, Cam Ward was slinging it. A lot of dropped balls down the seams. And like you said, like they don't got much weapons outside of Calvin Ridley. I think that guy, like, I'm going to butcher his name, like Ayamanor. I don't forget his last name. Something like that. Ao something. He got a lot of targets. Didn't really do much with those targets. There's just a lot of that. Bo Nix is just inconsistent. Like, that's no question. He's inconsistent. So
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
I mean, he had 175 yards and 60 of them came from Cortland Sutton. So.
All right.
Then we had San Fran at Seattle. We both had San Fran. Good to see, CMC back. He didn't have a monster game, but he looked all right for the most part. Brock Purdy doing his thing as usual. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one, too, though, where you can also say Seattle really bit themselves in the ass, dude. Like, was it Woolen as their CB who had two just, like, terrible, like, not coming to the ball as the ball's in the air, and obviously the game winner was one of them. That backup tight end, I couldn't even tell you his fucking last name, but, yeah, man, just, like, straight mossed him, and
was it the third stringer that...
Yeah, some random-ass guy. Something like that. But really someone who shouldn't be mossing your cornerback one in the red zone like that. Like that's a bad look on Woolen. I think it was Woolen. I hope it was Woolen. It's not my bad. It's the other dude. But yeah.
Yeah. Big divisional game though. I'll take it early. So shout out San Fran. All right, and this is where I got another one wrong here. We had Detroit at Green Bay, and good Lord, Micah Parsons. I apologize. He is in football shape. He was getting back there, man. I mean, and also Detroit I don't know. They're just not the same without Ben Johnson. I mean, they were flat a lot of times.
Yeah.
And not to take anything away from Green Bay. Jordan Love looked great on those deep balls. He looks a lot more consistent this year, in my opinion. But yeah, that Green Bay defense was really disrupting them.
Yeah, Jared Goff he was getting too much pressure, and I mean, I've never been much of a Jared Goff believer, as much as the success he's found with the teams around him for the last few years. And I think that game was a big statement on that. Jared Goff just couldn't put it together against a great defense in a big, important interdivisional game. So, yeah, Green Bay looked really good, and, I mean, a lot of people expected that. I'm sure Detroit's going to put up some big numbers coming down, in a good amount of games this year. I'm sure they're still going to be a successful winning season type team, but they definitely looked flat. Definitely didn't look like this at all last year, so that speaks loudly.
Nope, not at all. Next one, I got wrong again. Houston at LA Rams. Another team that looked flat, man. Houston, they weren't getting on the board. LA, Matt Stafford, old man Matt, he still got it, man. So
absolutely. Yeah, Nico Collins needs to get the ball more. That's one thing I'll say about Houston. But the Rams, as long as Matt Stafford is healthy and stays healthy like he says he is, the Rams are going to be a competitive football team once again. Shout out Sean McVay. There's no question he's a very successful coach. And then they got the weapons. Puka's a dog. Got hit in the face, started bleeding. Came back into the game like ASAP. So yeah, shout out the
Puka
Rams,
had a hell of a game, 130 yards. I mean, Devontae, he was getting the ball a little bit too. So I mean, a couple more weapons for Matt Stafford, and he's bound to have another decent season if he can keep healthy.
Yes, sir. And the Sunday night game was another amazing game.
Amazing
game.
Yeah, amazing game. Absolutely. Josh Allen looking like the MVP, man.
Yeah, or Herbert. But yeah, no, Josh Allen. Like, there's no question the Ravens.
Former MVP. Okay.
He's still. Yeah, no. The Ravens. Their whole roster is amazing. Like they should have won this game, and they were just like hitting Buffalo in the face. Derrick Henry was unstoppable. And then John Harbaugh, which a lot of local Ravens fans will say this, he's notorious for playing like passive football when you're up, and he's had like probably over 10 games in the last whatever years he's been there. He's a great coach, no question, Super Bowl winner. But they just played so passively. Henry fumbling, and then after that, it's like I would just keep feeding him. He's Derrick Henry. He's not gonna fucking fumble again.
I mean, he had 169 yards to end the game. I mean, you would think that you just keep going to the thing that's working for you. One fumble.
Yeah.
Sure. You lose faith in someone like Derrick Henry when he's running like that after one fumble.
No. Hell no.
But,
at least give Lamar the ball. Like there was like the last possession was like a big 2nd and 9. They run like a sweep. Jet sweep to Zay Flowers, use sideways. Like you want to run downhill, or you want to give Lamar Jackson the ball and let him do what he does. But yeah, like you said, Josh Allen just put the team on his back. Obviously, some crazy like tip balls that went for a touchdown to Keon Coleman. But man, what a comeback! If that was a Super Bowl, like if that happened in the Super Bowl, that would have been insane.
I mean, it was still insane to begin with. I mean, a couple minutes left and lead them back on a 16-point deficit. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, then we had Minnesota at Chicago. It was going in Chicago's favor for a little bit. Minnesota just kind of pulled it out at the end. I do want to say that, I can see glimpses of that last year's Detroit team. It's just, they're not as, I don't know if they're just not in sync quite yet. Because, I think someone, I don't remember who said it, but, last year, they didn't throw super deep balls all the time, but they would, throw in such perfect stride. There'd be so much run after, catch, or yards after catch. And that just wasn't happening. I think a couple things were overthrown, a couple passes were a little behind, and it fucked up that stride and just couldn't get anything going real big. So, but shout out Minnesota for pulling it out at the end.
Yeah.
I sold on McCarthy, not particularly, but it's his first game, and ultimately it was a dub. So, shout out, Skull.
Shout out J.J. McCarthy for turning things around. Like I thought Chicago would win this game because, for one, like you said, Ben Johnson's offense, which their first drive down the field, the scoring drive at least, Caleb Williams went like 10 for 10. That was like a perfect game script thing, which speaks loudly on coaching. And then Caleb Williams just needs to be consistent, dude. He's obviously undoubtable talent. Like he's like Mahomes almost with like his scrambling and like holding the ball, which they say he needs to stop holding the ball so long. But if anyone can hold the ball long, it's like people like him and Mahomes, where they can scramble. He looked really fast, but man, he just could not hit anything after like that first possession. Like it was so many wild balls, and shout out J.J. McCarthy threw that pick six, and after that he just turned things around. So that's a true baller. Good sign for Minnesota.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
right, so that was our week one recap.
You're up one, dude. You're up one.
I got the finger in. I'm going to start slowly.
Oh, here we go again.
Here, slowly.
Nah, you said finger first, dude.
I know. We're going to finger and then, really reach through.
I'm going to squeeze one out. I'm going to squeeze that finger out after this week.
All right. Week one in the books. So what should we do now? Should we take a look at week two predictions?
Yeah, let's jump right into it.
See if we can turn things around here.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you and me compared to one another picked. It'll be fun. First game, too,
All right.
course, like we said, is tomorrow. Washington at Green Bay, and we've already got a difference.
Yup. I think Washington looked good enough where I'm trusting in JD5 until he shows me otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, it was really hard. My gut says I'm going to root for Washington. I mean, but as far as the pick'em goes, it's a home game. Green Bay also looked amazing. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say.
Not to discredit Green Bay. I mean, again, they looked incredible. They turned shut down the Buffalo team, which is supposed to be a really strong team. I'm sorry, Detroit team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just feel good about Washington. I'm gonna ride them until they show me otherwise. Last year they were a Super Bowl contender. Giants defensive line, like I said, was coming at them. They were getting it out. So Debo has added an element to that offense that is really complimenting. So
yeah,
I like how it's going.
Okay, fair. First Sunday game, Cleveland at Baltimore. We both got Baltimore. Not too much to be said. I'm sure it'll be once again, Cleveland's defense probably will show out, but Baltimore's. I don't think they're going 0-2. They're probably pissed. Yeah.
I can't see them losing to Cleveland. Not with that
Yeah.
offense. I mean, Cleveland's defense is solid, but I don't know. Yeah, like I said, they got blown out on a primetime game, so I'm sure they're going to come in hard.
Yeah.
Cincinnati, I think if their defense shows up the way they did, and I just don't see Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase having a back-to-back week like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going Cincy.
I agree. I think Cincy's offense is going to have a stellar performance, make everyone be happy they drafted Jamar Chase first in their fantasy drafts type game.
Yep. New York Giants at Dallas Cowboys. Dallas showed me enough last week that I think they can keep going. I don't know if New York is capable of scoring touchdowns at this point. So give me Dallas.
This will support the start dart narrative too. So 0-2 start dart, and then they start dart 0-3. That's a lot of. I mean, week 3. See, I messed up because there's too much rhyming. Yeah, I agree. Detroit.
I just don't see
Right.
them wanting to lose again. I mean,
It'll be fun, Ben Johnson. But man, Caleb Williams just like I really do like Caleb Williams. I believe in him, but he just could not put it together after that first drive. So
he's really inconsistent. Like I said, they're not in rhythm. He couldn't find that right stride. So until you show me otherwise, I'm going with Detroit.
yeah, and Swift is such a soft running back. Like he's obviously skillful. It's almost like he's a wide receiver playing running back. Like you never see him put his shoulder down. You never see him hit a hole hard. He kind of dances a lot. He in the second half last game he was running pretty hard for a few runs, but that's not enough to prove me otherwise. So
There we go. New England at Miami. While New England did lose, Miami, like you said, might be the worst team in the AFC. So I got to ride that until I see something different.
yeah, New England's DBs. I think Christian Gonzalez didn't play last week. He's one of the best corners in the league. But just that alone, like I just think New England's gonna beat a so far very shitty Miami team.
There we go. San Fran at New Orleans. Same concept kind of applies. San Fran, they weren't a booty hole of a team last week. New Orleans, I think, is still down there in the bottom of the NFC. So I think San Fran's a little more talented. Going to squeeze this one out.
Same. I agree. We could move on past that.
All right, another disagreement here. Buffalo at New York.
Yeah, I mean,
After what I saw-
obviously. Yeah, I don't know. The Jets look great too. I think this is my upset. I just picked the upset. The Jets look really good, and I think their defense is better than letting 32 or whatever points on the board, even against Buffalo. So I don't see that happen. I don't see the Jets letting like 30 plus points again. I think it'll be a grinded out game, and Lamar ran all over Buffalo's defense, which they kind of got some like slower, older safeties up top, blah blah blah. I just see it happen. I think it's a formula for an upset.
Well, I just don't know if I can compare Justin Fields to Lamar Jackson, but I understand your logic.
Yeah, I respect that.
Seattle at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh looked great. Like I said, Seattle, they kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. They just weren't able to stay on the field long enough, be consistent enough. So I'm taking A-Rod.
Yeah, I mean, give me Mike Tomlin over whatever McDonald. Is it Mike McDonald? I don't know his first name, but Norm McDonald, R.I.P. But yeah, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, Rams at Titans. We both have L.A. on this one. Tennessee just looked really inconsistent offensively, and until they start getting that going. Plus, L.A.'s just got too many weapons right now, so as long as they're all healthy, I don't see why they can't squeeze this out.
Yeah, Titans desperately need a receiver one. Like I love Calvin Ridley. I don't think he's an true outside jump ball or, grinded out receiver. So I could see Tennessee just fiending for a receiver coming into next season. And the Rams have weapons, man. Shout out McVay.
All right, Carolina at Arizona. Arizona showed decent life, and Carolina, like I said, they're still struggling.
Yeah.
And the narrative the last couple of years is they start really slow and they start picking up when they are statistically eliminated.
Yeah, that's how it goes. And I'm very disappointed. Like last week just really disappointed me. Bryce Young didn't look terrible, and he looked good going into the end of last year. But they need to prove otherwise till then. So give me the Cardinals.
Denver at Indy. If Indy can play the way they did again, I don't see. I mean, if we're scoring on every drive, I don't see how we're going to lose this one. Like I said, Bo Nix is so inconsistent right now. There's been games where he looks incredible, and then other games where I'm like, you're lucky your defense carried you back. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that's Peyton Manning on the Broncos too, but whatever.
Yeah, you guys forced a lot of picks. Two was a dummy, but so is Bo Nix. So I really need this one for you guys too. I really want Denver to take an early loss. They almost got it last week, so I see the same thing happening. Daniel Jones just needs a stake, game manager, and hey, he can. There's no question Daniel Jones is a dual threat quarterback, as white and Caucasian as he is.
No, I mean, you've seen him, break out. I mean, granted, he fell at the end of the run that one time, but the man can move.
Fast.
And I think now that his confidence is back, I think he'll play even better. A lot of people trust him a little bit more. There was a lot of, why not start AR when he looked decent in the preseason? Well, this is why. Daniel Jones, obviously, right now, I mean, he's making passes that I don't think AR could ever make. Not this season. I mean, maybe if he develops more, but I don't know. He looked too good until he shows me otherwise. Give me Indy.
Hell yeah. And then we got a great game, Philly at Kansas City, a Super Bowl rematch.
Super Bowl rematch. Hell yeah. Phillies, I mean, they just a couple months ago they showed us that they can beat Kansas City in a massive manner. Philadelphia's coming off a big win. So unless something massive happened, I'm going Philly.
Yeah, I mean, Worthy's definitely not coming back yet. I think he dislocated his shoulder, so Casey's desperate for a weapon, a deep ball guy specifically. I would love to see Kansas City start 0-2, put themselves in a hole. So, and Philly is the better team. There we go.
There we are. All right, Atlanta at Minnesota. Man, your Vikings hate continues. No, Atlanta didn't look bad. They had they had a pretty good game against a division rival. Like I said, it came down to the missed kick and then just Baker playing a little bit better. But that big comeback late in the game, Minnesota, I think one sparked a little confidence in McCarthy. And primetime game, love to see it happen again.
Yeah, I could just see Atlanta forcing McCarthy into a couple mistakes again. He's still going to be, a little unpolished. And Atlanta's offense is way better than the Bears' offense. And Penix has proven to be more consistent so far than Caleb Williams. So I think they hold a lead or something like that.
All right. Doubleheader, we have Tampa Bay at Houston Texans. Tampa looked good. Houston, they stalled. So I'm going Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa, yeah, exactly. Same thing. I mean, Houston needs to put it together. They are a former playoff team. Unfortunately, they beat us last year in the playoffs. But so is Tampa, and they looked good last week. But, Baker Mayfield looked even better last week than he did last year, in my opinion. I mean, it's just one game. But I see that happening. And then, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be up late, man.
Are you still going to be in Vegas for that one?
No, I'll be home. Luckily I'm off on Tuesday, so I really don't care. Yo, but that's the thing. I literally, if I make like $1 million in Vegas, why not stay another day and get a ticket?
There you go.
Maybe.
Well, we both have the Chargers on that one. I think you guys are the better team. You have a better defense. Certainly, I think a better defense than New England does. And if Herbie can keep it going like that, should be another win.
Yeah, I mean, we tend to own the Raiders since we've had Herbert, I'd say. Pete Carroll adds a whole other element. Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll hate each other since like the early 2000s, or probably even before that, if I'm mistaken. So this one, late this year, I really hate the Raiders, and it'll devastate me more than almost last week if we lost this week. So. Yeah, I don't see that happening, though. I see Najee Harris playing a little bit more this week, and us, hopefully finding good rotation with them too, Amarion and Najee. And then, man, our play-action offense was killer, so that'll help that too.
If Najee runs the ball 2 times, that means he's played more than he has last week, so...
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Najee didn't really... We were ramping him up, probably days before the game because of that whole firework pirate incident. First time I saw his second eye.
That's fair. That's fair. So, All right, well, that's our week 2 predictions. Um, I suppose if there is a tie, you have 95 total points and I have 86.
And we have 3 different picks, right? We picked 3 different, so it can't be a
Yeah,
tie,
so
right?
it should not tie
Unless someone else ties.
unless there are multiple.
Wait.
No.
Yeah, someone ties and we get it wrong.
I guess I suppose that is a wrong pick.
It can happen.
All right, that's week 2. And then we didn't do this last week, but we are going to do a little parlay. I think we're going to drop a couple of the legs this year because we don't want you to win too much more money. You know, I don't want you to have to file too many taxes and 1099s. It's just mean. So we're going to do a leg each this week. We have Josh Jacobs, anytime touchdown scorer in the first half.
First half, baby.
And Zach Ertz, anytime touchdown scorer. So we typically don't love to do tutty parlays, but just feel good about this one. That's a plus 750. So throw your $10 bonus bet in, man, and win you a little bit of money to get the bankroll for the rest of the weekend.
We're rolling, baby.
We're bankrolling, y'all.
Hell yeah.
But yeah. I think that pretty much wraps it up. This will be posted. Today's Wednesday, but this will likely be posted Thursday morning. So tonight, let's make some money, y'all.
Hell yeah, man. I gotta poop so bad. I've been holding in this poop since like minute 5.
We actually have another segment then.
Is it me pooping? Because that's
Yeah, you take your camera to the bathroom.
just the.
I have I'll take the over on 3 wipes.
Then that's not a successful poop.
It's a pretty good poop if you have to wipe
This might
more
be
than
the most
3 times.
awkward outro we've had, right?
All right, y'all. Let's let the man take a shit. Thanks for tuning in. This is week 2 of Pound the Walk podcast, baby.
Pound it! Pound it!
The longer we sit here, the more he's gonna want to shit.
Pound it! Hurry up. I'm about to pound this toilet. Go birds.